Hi everyone, it's Cherie from Paper Pieces and Leftovers. Now I don't even know if I've been saying 12 by 12 cardstock shop, but that's okay because I do both, and Marjorie and Designs. I love doing it all in the projects. So this is still going to be Sweets for Santa, the gingerbread set, because I know that there's another Sweets for Santa, but it's not gingerbread, from marjorieanddesigns.com. This is the rolling pin ginger. I imported him at 9.5 width, and it, with the lock on, it auto adjusted my height to 7.526. Now I am using art glitter glue, but this is just in a fine line precision applicator, and it gives me just a longer tip to control my glue. It's already completed here because I have 2 orders that are going out tomorrow. And as you can see, he's sitting in the bowl, but he's glued on top of the bowl. I actually thought about cutting it, but I didn't want to do all the extra stuff because I didn't know how it would turn out. And I wasn't going to start practicing as the picture reflects that. That's what they bought. That's what they're going to get, even though it's in my mind to do it another way. But we won't. We'll leave all as well alone. So, as I said in the other video, I start with the smaller pieces to get them tied down to something, basically. Meaning, if there's less pieces for me to lose, I'm a lot happier. I've coughed, sneezed, laid stuff down, moved something, and all of a sudden I can't find all of my pieces. I recut a piece out, and then weeks later, days later, my husband says, "Hey babe, are you missing a piece?" And I just look at him and, yeah, I want to punch him in the throat, because where were you to find that piece when I needed it before I put everything away? So I'm not sure if you guys want to know the colors that I use. I can actually get my swatch book. Now I know 12 by 12 cardstock shop does not have the swatch book for American Crafts anymore. They do start and stop colors all the time. That unfortunately is nothing that's going to change. So these are about 1.5 inches by 5 inches. You can cut them out, and I add colors that aren't in here. I don't remove colors that are discontinued because I keep hundreds of pages on hand. Some of the paper I get that I'm asked about is from 20 years ago. So my gingers are in the color caramel. And then for my frosting, I use latte. For my red, I used rouge. Or did I use crimson? Nope, I used crimson. And then for my green is grass. And that's pretty much it, except for my flat white and my textured white. That was most of what I used for the entire set. I did glue this a little higher, the frosting on his head, because I have to leave enough room for the eyebrows since I did my eyelashes so big. He is getting clay bits that I explained in the other video. You can get from a whole lot of places. I've gotten some from scrapbook.com, but these ones came from Glitter Lambs. L-A-M as in Mary, B as in boy, S as in Sam, like the animal. They do have a Facebook page. If you go to their Facebook page, you can actually just click the link. That'll say shop now. They are a legit company. I've used them lots. I know I'm very leery of shopping on TikTok and Facebook, especially if there's not hundreds of thousands of followers, because not all places are legit. You put in an order and your money comes out real quick, but you never see the merchandise. I've had that happen a couple times. Twice. So a couple, literally. My mom actually just got screwed. I don't remember what it was on, but yeah, you got to be careful with places like that, especially if they've only got 4,000 or 400 likes, definitely. And I always search Google to make sure that they're not on like the shit list, literally. So one place I will say, I don't know if you guys watch TikTok, but coffee cubes, I believe it's coffee.cubes. Oh, these are so good. I just ordered 144 cubes. I got the light roast, the mocha, caramel, and I don't know what the other, vanilla. I don't know what the set is called, but it was $72 and then tax put it at $75 and some change. I did the sample for $5. You get 4 cubes for $4.99, and I fell in love with them. So I do have Keurig cups, but these things hands down are way better. You just drop it in hot water and it dissolves. I put a little bit of hazelnut creamer in there and it is so good. Okay, so with this here, we're gonna go ahead and glue our gingerbread together. Let's get it out of the way before we start the bowl. And you're gonna tell me my arm looks a little different, and it does, and I'll show you what I did. Now here's the part that I almost messed up again. I was so busy with discussing the arm, I almost forgot to glue the arm down. Okay. There we go. So for the arm, oh, I hate when that happens. I'm gonna lift that up. I don't want that like that. I don't like seeing the indents. It bothers me. There we go. So the arm comes whole, and that's why I left one. Your arm is gonna come this long. All I did was dry placed it, and I just turned this over and just snipped right along the bottom. I'm not sure. No, it's going to be way longer than the hand is going to cover. I don't know if that was just an oversight. I don't really care because I caught it and it's super cute, the file. So that's what I did. Unless the short arm was meant to go there, which it probably was, because you're going to have 2 different size arms in this file. But I wanted the short arm over here because the long arm, for me, looked funny being so big. I just didn't want the big arm there. I wanted the little arm. The little arm goes here and the big arm goes there, but that's not how I wanted it. That's not how I did it. So just a heads up, because you're going to look at your pieces and go, okay, well, mine doesn't look anything like yours. Why is it different? It's because I swapped the arms. The short arm goes there, but I put the long arm on the body, under the body, and then I just trimmed it down. That way the hand covers. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I did not want the longer arm because it is so much thicker on that side. And that's just my preference. You can do however you please. You can go strictly by the pattern, but that is what the pattern is meant for. Well, their way of putting it together is the small arm here and the long arm there, but I wanted my short arm. That's all. Let me move that. So these are all there. Now we're going to do the bowl. So your green strip goes along the bottom. And how I do this, when I have a piece like this, I hold it up until my edges meet. And what I mean by that is these edges right on the outside. So I line it up where this edge meets this edge. And then I lay it down, and it's just about perfect every time. You might have to scooch it a little bit, but that's how I do it instead of sliding it up and down and praying that I don't get glue everywhere. Now the bigger frosting goes on, and the bigger frosting does not go all the way down. It goes just a little above there, above this piece, so you don't have to glue all the way to the top. I just make sure that I give it enough glue to hit all the spots that are going to be there. I just heard my husband's alarm go off, so he will be coming out to shower soon. Okay. Now I noticed with the other one I had the same thing. The corner poking out on the one side. I just snipped that off because you're not going to see it. I love glass mats. It's still a little dirty, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. Okay. And I think we're good now. Yes. Perfect. Where's my rag? Don't mind my squeaky chair. My husband hates it. I hate spending money unless it's on scrapbooking supplies. And yeah, I could constitute my chair as a scrapbooking supply, but he got it for me a few years ago and it just makes noise, but it still works. It reclines. It does everything it did when he bought it. That noise annoys him more than it does me. I guess because it's like our kids, you just tune them out. So I don't even think about it. And here, I normally, when I glue, I hold them up a little closer to my face when I'm gluing pieces like this, the faces. So sometimes when I hold them up and then I notice that you can see the base under it, I just trim it off. And it's only because gluing them on the table, it's different than holding it up to your face and gluing it, well, not to your face, but closer to your face, I should say. Just because we can't always see it laying down like that. And I just clean up the edges. So here comes the fun part. Now, this piece here, it has a softer rounded part and a rounded part with like a peak. It's bigger. You can see it somewhat. The flatter part goes on the bottom. And my husband's alarm is going off again, so now you'll hear doggies because they know Dad's going to be getting up any moment. He's trying to get those last extra minutes, even though he went to bed really. He fell asleep really early yesterday, but I don't think after 6 hours I would want to get up either. To drive an hour to work 12 to 15 hours. Oof. But he does every day. And so once you get this placed about where you want it, and you can glue him to this first and then slide him up and down, but since this is like the 4th set I've done, it's not a problem. Now I'm going to glue his arm on just to make sure, because depending on where you place this, his arm will be behind the bowl when you put it on. So arm first before you glue him down. That's just to ensure that little guy's arm it would have been above the bowl, but yeah, the first one I did, his arm ended up behind the bowl and I had to tear him up. And I had to tear his arm off and then lift him up, and yeah, so now what we're going to do is glue him down. And he lines up with the bottom of this. It does not matter about the side with the arm on it, because his hand is going to cover that. All right, now we will glue his hand on. And then we'll glue the spoon. Oh yes, Callie talks. That's Callie talking. She's so cute. When she wants attention, that's what she does. Meow, even though she's a dog. And that's Dad giving her morning loves. So now for this, I glue here because it's going to attach to the arm, and then I glue on the bottom because that's going to sit on the bowl. And just like so. The hand goes on next. It just lays over the spoon. And then this goes like this. And the eggs go on the bottom. And you can put the eggs however you'd like. The pattern shows that they sit a little bit lower there, and that's where I'm going to do it. Any questions, let me know. I think I covered everything. I am going to do a video for the fondue since that seems to be like a huge request. If you guys look at my Facebook and you haven't already seen it, I do have a fondue set up there with the kids and bears, and everybody asks how I did the chocolate to make it look so real. And that is the glaze right here, Nouveau Crystal Glaze. Go ahead and order it and we will do it together. So I have one more to do. I'm not sure if I'm going to do him on video or not, just because I hate the tin and I don't know if I want to cuss the whole way through the video. And then for this guy here, I just need to edit the video with the voiceover, and I will get that one up to you guys as well. I did not do the one in the huge bowl. I did cut him out, but I did not put him together because he's so big and I'm not sure how shipping will go. I don't want them ruined. I inked it. I did everything I was supposed to do, and then I doubted myself. Second guessed, rethought it, and it's just, yeah, I don't want to go that route. I don't want it ruined during shipping, and he's big. He goes in the bowl, the cookie jar, and then I have the title. I did the title, and I did all the pieces. This is where that white glaze comes in, or the white Nouveau drops that I showed you guys come in. And I'm going to put little ornaments on there. I just haven't gotten that far yet. Well, maybe I will or won't. I don't know yet. All right. So I will catch you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching. Any questions, let me know, and y'all have a good day. Bye.